against none other than his former team, the Cleveland Browns. Baker, 235 passing yards, including a 75-yard touchdown to Robbie Anderson. But it was the Browns who would walk away with a 26-24 victory on a late field goal. Shannon, what's your biggest takeaway from this one?
Baker looked like Baker. Now, Skip wants to blame everything on last year with his injuries. He was injured and yada, yada, yada. But at the end of the day, Baker Mayfield was terrible again, especially when the game was nip and tuck. Here's Baker's numbers before he got down 2 scores. When the game was a 1-score game, he was 9 of 16, 71 yards, sacked. How many times did he fumble? How many times can you fumble the ball? Has he ever played quarterback in his life? Is there a possibility he was not a quarterback in a future life? Because every time I saw him, he dropped the ball on the ground. He got bailed out one time. He fumbled the ball. Christian McCaffrey picked it up and scampered for like 20 yards. And I was like, oh, here we go again. I mean, are you kidding me? The guy fumbled the ball. They could have easily pounced on it. C-Mac picks it up, and he goes for 20 yards. The first 3 quarters, here's Baker's numbers in the first 3 quarters. 11 of 21, 104 yards, and an interception, and sacked several times. Carolina.
Did they play 4 quarters?
Carolina, they lost.
Oh.
Yeah. So in other words, they lost. Carolina had 7 points. The only reason this game was remotely close because the quarterback on the other side is worse than Baker Mayfield, and that's Jacoby Brissett. They have Deshaun Watson. They have any other competent quarterback. They beat Carolina by 24 points, given how poorly Carolina had played through the first 3 quarters. But because Jacoby Brissett was that bad, and he is that bad, the game was a lot closer. And then Cleveland's defense, the 2 big plays that they got were blown coverages. It wasn't like Baker made great throws and guys ran great routes. Cleveland just blew the defense. And to let them get back in the ball game, and you was always celebrating. I know you thought that. I know you was over there. Everybody was talking about, man, Uncle Skip got you. He's celebrating at his mansion. I said, yeah, I know he is.
Yeah, I don't have a mansion.
Yeah.
I live in a little 2-bedroom, 1 bath.
But you know what happened, Skip? They tried that old kick out there. I said, I don't know. Look like he got a strong leg. Skip, you know, we keep talking about the age of the kicker, the age of the quarterback. I mean, the age of the wide receiver, the age of the quarterback. These kickers got legs now, Skip, that's unheard of. They're hitting the back of the net from 60. They hit the back of the net from, 58, 59? And I'm talking about right down the middle. It wasn't no duck hook.
No, it was a duck hook. You didn't watch.
I did.
You need to watch.
Right down the middle.
Off his foot, it went way right, and he hit a Rory McIlroy of a hook.
That's Tiger. That's how Tiger used to have him fool.
No.
He shoot that thing right down to the fair, down to the fairway.
He mostly hit fades, but Rory hits a big old draw, and this was this is the biggest draw I've ever seen.
No, the biggest draw.
It started 20 yards right, and I thought, he shanked it, and it started to hook, and it started to hook, and it hooks all the way inside the upright.
No, the one in Green Bay, the guy in Green Bay, he hit the biggest one you hooked.
No, God. Mason crossbar?
That's the guy that ruined your day.
Well, he just hit a snap hook that suddenly faded. That didn't hook in. He hooked it left, and it faded right.
Skip, you guys, Baker Mayfield is what I thought he would be. For the first 3 quarters when the game was seemingly out of hand. I mean, when the game was like he could have got right back in it because Cleveland, like I said, Cleveland was selling for field goals to give Carolina defense. They kept him out of the end on the red zone, except that one play. But Skip, Baker is what he is. You keep trying to make him Josh Allen, or you keep trying to make him one of these top-tier quarterbacks, and that's not what he is. It's okay for him to be average, which he is.
Shannon Sharp, it's okay for you to be wrong yet again about another quarterback.
I picked them. They lost.
Okay, but you're going to be so wrong about this guy because what my biggest takeaway was yesterday was that Baker looked exactly like Baker. He looked exactly like the guy who can pull off spectacular comeback after comeback after comeback. As your little man, Christian McCaffrey, said after the game, he's exactly who we thought he was. He is a fighter. As one of the offensive linemen said, he is the ultimate warrior. Shannon Sharp in the 4th quarter. Does the 4th quarter count? What I always say, is it not money time?
They were down 2 scores.
In money time, Baker Mayfield went 5 of 6 in the 4th quarter for 133 yards. That's even beyond what Brady used to do to the Legion of Boom, 124 in the 4th, or to Saxonville in the AFC Championship game, 124 in the 4th. This is 133 in the 4th quarter to take the lead. It wasn't garbage time. It wasn't empty calories. These were as wholesome a calories as you could ever swallow.
Well, I'm trying to figure out, so what was going on in the first 3 quarters?
Well, again, they got off to a bad start because they kept getting backed up with bad field position after field position. Look what he does in the first half, what he gets stuck with. He gets stuck with 3rd and 13, 4th and 23, 3rd and 10 from the 20. That was the interception play where he had 4 out of the first 5 tipped at the line of scrimmage. So he says, I'm going to go high with this one. He goes wild high for a pick. And then he winds up with a 3rd and 19 at his 16 because they kept getting punted into jail.
What's Skip?
Okay.
He's the quarterback. Get him out of jail.
Okay?
Don't he have a key?
Finally, he started to figure it out. He hits the 50-yarder to the tight end.
Blown coverage.
Okay, he was open, but he hit him right in
He blew the
stride.
blown coverage.
And if the tight end could run a lick, if we could see this to the kid Thomas, who's the tight end, this is the play that got them back in the game.
Right.
That's a sweet throw.
Skip, it was a blown coverage.
Stand up and you just see him and you say, and if he could run a little bit, maybe he's going to score. But it didn't matter because here we go again. Yep. And then the 75-yarder to his man, Robbie Anderson, who didn't want him on the football team, if we could see the 75-yarder, it was a thing of beauty. You got to see it, you got to read it, and you got to execute
the guy wide open and blew the coverage.
I told you this kid's got a whip of an arm, and he hits him right in stride for an easy touchdown. And here they come.
How many quarterbacks you think you could have made that throw? How many quarterbacks in the NFL could have made this throw?
Well, I don't know.
Every last one of them.
You say he can't make any throws.
Skip, the guy's wide open.
Okay. Well, he hit him right in stride, dropped it right down the chimney, right to him for a touchdown, and here came Baker.
You could have made that throw from 40 yards shorter.
And guess what? Baker Mayfield put them in position to win the game. And so here's my issue with what happened at the end of the game. So they have a play to C-Mac. He flips to C-Mac. He gets loose, and there's a horse collar. So all of a sudden, you got it 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Yeah.
And here we go again. I'm going to take issue with you. So he can't hang on to the snap. Baloney, they're hitting him in the freaking shoelaces. I don't know. This is the new center they got from Baltimore.
He only 3 foot tall.
He was horrible.
You make it seem like he's 6'8".
The first snap, he misses his hands from under center. It wasn't Baker's fault. The ball missed his hand.
He got little tiny hands.
Here's the next play. They just go C-Mac up the middle. And here's the next play. They just go C-Mac. They just say, let's just take the field.
They don't trust Baker.
Let him throw the freaking football into the end zone.
No, because that's bad things going to happen.
No, they're not.
Bad things.
He's on a roll. He's got the hot hand. Let him throw one ball to the end zone just to see if he can get somebody open. Obviously, you tell him, if it ain't there, just throw it away, and he'll throw it. He was throwing away all day yesterday.
But guess what? Because
I told you they have an adult at quarterback in Carolina
now. What's going to happen now? He's going to throw an interception, and everybody's going to say, why would Matt Rule risk it by having Baker throw the ball and not just take the field goal?
You want to win the football game or not? And they don't give him a chance. And why Rashard Higgins, who is his security blanket favorite pet receiver in Cleveland, he dressed yesterday. He never got on the football field. I don't know why. Terrace Marshall never got on the football field. I don't know why. Who knows? Maybe they just didn't have enough pass plays yesterday. But that was a Rashard Higgins special. Let him throw it to Rashard because he's got a wavelength with him, and Rashard knows Baker and vice versa. And that's the kind of play. Throw it to a corner route. Throw it to the back line. Do something to take one shot to win the football, to put it away. And no, they did not, so they take the field goal. But they leave, what, about a minute and, minute and 13 seconds left. And guess what happens with a minute and 13 seconds left? 1st and 10 at the 25 for the Cleveland Browns. This play happens featuring Brian Burns. He blows through the left tackle. Not touch him.
His crowd. His helmet hit him in his face mask.
No, it did not.
Look at this.
No. His face mask. His face mask brushed him.
But you can't do that.
It was not helmet to helmet.
Yes, it is.
And there's no chop down on the top of the head. You know why he fell down? Because his own offensive lineman fell back into him, knocked him back. That is not roughing the pass. I'm sorry, it's just not.
You can't go helmet.
You can.
No, you can't. Not the quarterback. Not the quarterback in the pocket.
They said it was more about his left arm. He whiffs him. He doesn't touch him.
If that had been Tom Brady, you'd have been all for it. The guy hit him in the.
I would not have been all for it. That was a horrible call. As Christian McCaffrey said, That was a horrid call, a horrid call. And it saved the game for the Cleveland Browns, because if you don't call it, the pass is incomplete and the clock is going to run some more and you're not going to get in position for a field goal.
Brian Burns hit the man with his...
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He's going sideways. He's not even trying to hit him. He's trying to get out of the way. He's trying to whiff him because he doesn't want to rough him.
So I'm just trying to... Well, tell me why did Brissett head snap back like that?
The reason